most outfitter and tour operator websites don't ever make it to page 1 of Google. So today we're going to find out why. Today I'm going to be randomly searching for an outfitter's website on Google using popular search terms, and I'm going to dig deep into the pages, and I'm going to pick a random website, and I'm going to roast it. But then I'm going to give some valuable feedback. So let's find out what you can do today to make your website show up higher on search. All right, so today we are going to be searching for Whitewater Rafting, Colorado. Pretty popular phrase, almost 15,000 searches a month for this. On average, you could expect that the cost per click is about $1, and the competition's pretty fierce. 0.47 out of 0 to 1, so it's 0.4. It's right in the middle, so it's pretty competitive. There's a lot of, even on the Arkansas River, when I was guiding out there on Brown Scan, there's like 52 companies on the Arkansas River in 2008. I'm not sure what that looks like today, but I'm sure it's still just as equally competitive. Could be more. I would imagine there's probably more rafting outfitters than there were that many years ago. Golly, what is that? It's a long time. I'm old. So what comes up on the first search? And I've made this not personalized. So because honestly, I search and I look at tons of websites. So I probably clicked on some of these websites before. So these are not personalized. So it does not give any kind of preference to my search history or anything like that. This is all what just a random person for the first time would see if they were doing it. It's the same as doing it incognito. So immediately we have Royal Gorge Rafting.net running some ads. We got Mild to Wild Rafting showing up under there. We got the map pack, Royal Gorge Rafting. Hey, they're showing up right there in the ads, and they're showing up in the map pack as well. Given this is proximity based, I'm in East Tennessee searching for this, so this is going to look very different for somebody in Denver or in Moab searching for this. So take that with a grain of salt. But in East Tennessee, these guys are showing up in a couple of places, which is good. As we continue going down, we got Rafting Colorado, Royal Gorge Rafting.net. Already, we've seen them in 3 places. So that gives some trust right out of the gate. We see them in the ads, we see them in the map pack, we see them in the organic results below. So this already gives a lot of social proof, and just builds trust to this brand. So you got Ava, you've got Echo, Colorado Rafting Company, Ava again, River Runners, Colorado, Raft.net, and then some more ads. Cody, Lost Paddle, and that is it for page 1. So 1, you guys down here at the bottom, your bid strategy is too low to show up at the top, given that could be where your budget is, but you're still showing up on page 1. Searchers typically, like 5% of people scroll down, less than 5% of people scroll down this far on page 1. They're clicking already in the ads, the map pack, or in these top 4 results right here. So that is the data. It's like 75% of traffic are in the top 4 results. Less than 5 make it to the bottom of page 1, and it's like less than 2 make it to page 2. So if you're on page 2 or beyond, if you're on page 2, you might get 2% of that search traffic. So what 1% of 15,000 is 150. So you might get some visitors coming to page 2. Let's go to page 4. Let's see who's over here. Lost Paddle, I just saw you guys doing some ads. So what we're going to do, since I saw you running an ad on the first page, I'm just going to click on yours, and we are going to do yours. So initially, what I see is there is very contrasting text here. So like in the sky up here, it kind of strains my eyes to look at that, if I'm honest with you. Down here in the drop down, that's better. That's a better contrast. It's easier on my eyes. But up here, I would either darken the background a little bit more. If you do that, this is going to get kind of blown out. Or, man, just change this a little bit. Put a highlight, a hover effect over this. So when I hover it, it makes it easier to see. But already, the first thing I see is rafting or Royal Gorge rafting trips. There's primary keyword, and then Colorado whitewater rafting. This is very similar to what we searched for as whitewater rafting in Colorado. And then we see Royal Gorge trips under the bridge, beginner, bighorn sheep, canyon rafting, multi-day rafting trips. Rafting and biking trips depart daily. And then you got your phone number here. Good call to action. Not bad above the fold. What I typically like to see, which you've got some elements of this, is above the fold, you got 3 to 5 seconds to capture someone's attention. You can do that visually with the pictures that you have, which yours is kind of blacked out down here. I can just see a little bit of the gorge. It's cool. It paints a good picture. I see it. But you should also tell them what it is you do, who you do it for, and give some compelling language to get them to keep scrolling, right? So typically what I would do is, this is what you do: Royal Gorge rafting trips, Colorado Whitewater rafting. Lets me know what you do, or who you are, at least what you provide. Royal Gorge trips, under the bridge, Bighorn Sheep Canyon, and multi-day rafting trips. A little bit more. I would add who it's for under here. So whether you're a beginner, or you're coming along with your family, or you're an adrenaline junkie, we have something for you. That way you can capture a broad audience, right? Because if a family is on here, right here, you've got the beginner word there, so that's good. But if you've got families, they're like, man, I've heard that the Royal Gorge is class 5 stuff. It's pretty crazy. Is my family, can my 10-year-old come on that? Like, is it family friendly? You need to show them that, oh no, we actually offer a little bit of everything for everyone. Which your beginner keyword here kind of does that, but make it clear. People are dumb. Make it clear who it's for. And you've got that book now button. I would also put that in the upper right-hand corner. Statistics say you need a strong call to action, and that yellow would look really good above that black right there. Hey, book now, or call us now, whatever it is, whatever that primary action is that you want. So as we scroll down below the fold, this is where you start seeing, hey, here's the trip options that we have. That's not a bad place to put it. Typically, I see most people, as far as website architecture goes, is they're putting a little bit about us, right? So one thing I would even encourage you to do, because people do business with people they know, they like, and they trust. What if you could start building trust by having a video of the owner or the GM or the river manager, whoever it is, saying, hey, welcome to Lost Paddling. We're so glad you're here. We just want to share 2 minutes about who we are and tell you about what it is we do and why we love doing this. And start building that human connection. In a world of AI right now, build human connection. That is going to become even more important as AI gets crazier and crazier. So build human connection. You will not regret that, I promise. So maybe put a video there. Just, hey, here's about us. Especially if you have a video already of just like your outpost, your guides, your boathouse, things like that. Give them an idea already of what they can expect. Set expectations from the start while humanizing it and building relationship. And then maybe under that, that's where you could say, hey, check out these these adventures and these trips that we offer. So you got Bighorn Sheep. Love it. You got your pricing on here already. The multi-day trips, got it on there as well. This is good for one reason. A lot of people are just price shopping, right? So automatically you're going to get people that are like, oh, I'm going to look for somewhere cheaper. And that's okay. You don't want those people anyway. So you having this here, if they contact you with your pricing already available, it's a higher intent lead. So I think good for you for doing that. One thing, this is just from a design standpoint, make all of this even. Make all of these boxes even. See how things are they're just not even. It doesn't look pleasing to the eyes. Make things look cohesive. Make things look designed kind of well, right? So lower these down. Make sure these buttons line up. That's just going to give a better experience. On a mobile view, it's not going to matter because all of these are going to be stacked singly. So that's going to be okay. But from a desktop perspective, you should look into that. Down here, we've got owned and operated. I feel like the text is I feel like this is just a lot of text. Like I'm probably not going to read that. So if there's a way that you can design this to have just a little bit of text that really stands out and is compelling to get them to continue reading on, that's going to be better for you. You've got our reviews right here. You got 1,250 TripAdvisor reviews. Fantastic job. I would create a section, and I'll tell you what I would do. After your video, introduction video, after your trips right here, I would put that right here. So this should be included in their welcome to our page. Here's a little bit about us. We've been family owned and operated since 2003. You should tell them that in the video and a little bit of that text. Maybe make some bullet points or something, because I'm not going to read this. This would be a great place to highlight those reviews. There's widgets out there. Elfsight makes one where you can combine TripAdvisor, Google reviews. You can combine all of them into one place. And what that does is it allows you to pull that little logo that builds trust, right? TripAdvisor, official TripAdvisor review, official Google review. That's going to help a lot. And especially as they can like siphon through that and see the collective amount, Google and TripAdvisor reviews that you have. That is going to really help build some trust. Extra little tip: if you can get customers to leave a video testimony and have a couple of those through there, and then put your reviews below it. Oh, that's gonna be really, really awesome, because people want to envision themselves as other regular people, right? So if they see regular people saying how awesome your trip was, then man, that's great. Got the directions here, linking to your Google business profile. That's great. Helps you have some signals for Google Maps. Down here, and this is more of a technical aspect, is you just need to have a better footer structure. Having some quick links, having, the contact us, the different river pages, things like that. Let me pull up your SEO stuff here. So your title is Royal Gorge Rafting, Colorado Whitewater Rafting, Colorado Rafting Trips, experience whitewater rafting in Colorado on the Royal Gorge region of Canyon City, 45 minutes from the springs, raft wild and mild. You've got one H1 header, that's good, 2 H2s, 3 H3s, or 9 H3s, 4 H1s, and 1 H6. Let's kind of look at the layout of that. So below this section, this should be an H3, that should be an H4. It should go in sequential order. You should only have one, which you do. You can have as many H2s as you want, but really just cleaning up some of these headings a little bit to make it more crawlable and effective in being crawled by Google is going to be super helpful for you, because Google likes structure. It can't see pictures either. So like looking at your images, you've got Bighorn Sheep Canyon Rafting, Royal Gorge Rafting. All of these ideally should be around your primary keyword. So if you're going after Colorado Whitewater Rafting, they should be in that, alt text should be there for that. Looking at your structure a little bit. So like if I click on rafting trips here, you got Colorado Rafting. I don't know why that's so hard to say. Scroll down, and there's just very little content here, right? So one thing that you should do is when they click on our rafting trips, all of these 4 sub pages should be clickable from here. That's going to help Google, when it gets to this page, be able to crawl to those different pages sequentially under the parent page that they're on. That just helps your crawlability be more effective. There's just typical architecture stuff, right, that you should do. So if it's a drop down, you should have all of the drop down pages be linkable from the main parent page. So let's look at this SEO data here. Why is it not giving me an option to look at anything? Well, let's click on Bighorn Sheep Canyon, and we'll look at that data. Okay, so there is 0 H1 header here and 11 H2s. So Bighorn Sheep Canyon Rafting, again, this is good. Bighorn Sheep Canyon Rafting Trips, good keyword placement there towards the beginning of the title and description. But this is an H2. This should be an H1. And if we scroll down, we see a little bit of your options on it. That's fine. That's good. Some reviews from it. Book your next adventure. This is not a bad landing page for it. I would make sure that that's structured as an H1 for sure. And what you could even do, Google loves like data, and it loves knowledge. So how could you even maybe just like put the Bighorn Sheep Canyon Rapids, give some information. That's going to help in your structured data as well for those AI overviews. Royal Gorge Rafting, let's check this out. I imagine they're probably using these for, so this page doesn't have any SEO data. It's like, oh, this is bad, right? You need to make sure that this is, you put some intention into this, because this is what people are going to see in the search results. So and there's no H1 header here as well. Again, if we go through here, you got some good internal links. That's fine. External links, those are great. Build some authority. Got your trip options. Same structure as the other one. And I imagine this is going to be the same for your multi-day rafting trips. No H1. Again, overnight river trips. I would be, Colorado overnight river trips. If that's what you're going to go for, you need to put it in here, right? Be specific. I imagine it's the same setup. Yes, it is. It doesn't look bad, just needs to be a little bit better structured. The other thing that I wanted to look at, so these are kind of your money pages, right? These are where the goal is to get conversions, and they're built for that. You need to also bring in people who are just looking for information and the AI overview. So like well-structured blogs are going to be really, really good for that. So I don't see, if I'm looking for like useful info, I don't see a blog on here. So you're missing huge opportunities to write informative educational articles about the best places to raft in Colorado and to go really deep and express and show your topical authority on that. So if you're watching this and you're thinking about, hey, how do I do this to my website? Man, build topical authority, go really deep on a topic. AI is really good at helping you create ideas like that you can begin to implement and write content on. I had a discovery call with someone one time that was ranking #1 for like how to poop on the river on multi-day trips. They're ranking for that. They're getting traffic from that. That's great. Write fun articles. You don't have to be, you don't have to write 5,000 word articles all the time. Be helpful. Google likes helpful content. And actually, so do your viewers and potential guests. So write helpful articles. So you're missing some big opportunities for that. Your contact us page, let's look at this again, very typical. You've got that plugged in over your GBP. You got your social media stuff here. One thing I would do in that footer that I was talking about too is you always want to display your phone number, display your address, and then hyperlink your address to your Google map listing. That helps Google identify who you are and find name, address, phone number consistency across the web. So building those backlinks and things like that. I know we're 17 minutes in. Stick with me because we're about to do some even more interesting kind of data. This is the behind the scenes stuff. So what we've explored thus far is like the on-page stuff that we can see with our eyes and with some plugins if you're marketing nerds like me that want to look at this stuff and need to look at this stuff. So this software, there's things, Search Atlas, SEMrush, Ahrefs. These platforms allow you to have a look kind of behind the scenes. What's going on? What's the traffic? How many keywords do you rank for? Which pages are bringing you the most traffic? It's going to be really helpful for you in understanding which pages are bringing you the best traffic. So this purple line here represents organic traffic. And so for this business, since last July, for the last year, they've actually they had 650 visitors then, they got 466 now. They've been trending downwards of being found on search. And because their keywords haven't changed that much because they've not produced fresh new content. So if they can produce fresh new content, Lost Paddle, if you're watching this, produce blogs and get new keywords that you're ranking for, the more keywords that you show up for and have pages structured for that, the more traffic that you're going to get because Google's going to realize that you're structuring for these things and you're writing helpful articles. It's going to help bring people to your website that are interested in what you have. So if you're watching this and you're not writing blog articles, you should write blog articles. But they're meant to inform. They're not meant to convert. They're meant to inform and show up for informational keywords. Whichever keyword search has an intent: commercial, transactional, navigational, or informational. Write blog articles to inform people. So looking here, they've got 5 keywords showing up on the top 3 positions and 69 showing up in positions 4 through 10, meaning 74 keywords total are showing up on page 1. So if we go and we look at some of these keywords, this is where software like this comes in really handy because the traffic, Lost Paddle Rafting, they got 208 visitors a month searching their brand. Royal Gorge Rafting, Royal Gorge, Colorado, 1,000 searches a month, but they only get 30 visitors out of that. and that's their homepage that ranks for that. So having that Royal Gorge page more structured for this keyword is going to push that up in the rankings a lot better than your homepage, because you're not only talking about the Royal Gorge on your homepage. You can't be very intentional on homepage rankings because you can't put a ton of data in there, right? So most of their traffic is coming from their brand name. I would say, how many did they have? 466 visitors in a month. Over 50, about 50% of their traffic is coming from brand search. People already familiar with them. That doesn't really help when you're trying to get new customers that don't know you yet. So be structured in that. So they got a good foundation. The other thing that I would say is if we go back to, where were they at? Here we go. I noticed they don't have a Facebook pixel. This allows them to take that organic traffic that has landed on their website and show them custom ads. If you're not using a meta pixel, then you're missing the opportunity to stay in front of people who've already been on your website or landing pages if you're running Google ads too. So they're missing a huge ability to capitalize on warm, interested traffic by not having the meta pixel. And it's free. Google it, YouTube it. You're here now, just YouTube meta pixel, and you'll find how to implement that stuff. So altogether, this company has a ton of room for growth in front of them that they are missing out on right now, primarily in search and Facebook retargeting. We've not seen anything on Google that they're doing. They're running some Google ads. Actually, we can even look at that. Let's check out their ads history here. So it looks like they are running keywords for all of these things. They're getting decent coverage on Whitewater Rafting, Colorado, 25%. So they're showing up in the bottom for that. Low coverage on all of these other ones, though. And it looks like they're running about year round. So July, they're running stuff in January. I don't see anything in October, November, December. These kind of slow months, you can decrease your Google budget, but you could be running ads towards travel guides. Hey, download this lead magnet, the ultimate travel or vacation itinerary for Canyon City, Colorado. Tell them what to do. Promote other tour companies, zip lines, helicopter tours, which when I lived in BV and did training in Canyon City, there was a Vietnam helicopter pilot that did some awesome helicopter tours of the Royal Gorge. I don't know if he's still there, but he did an awesome job. Tell them where they can go eat. I forget the name of the restaurant that has the sand volleyball court on the top of the mountain above the gorge. Point them there. Those local businesses are also going to be really appreciative of that, and they're going to be much more likely to include you on their website, which means more backlinks, link building strategies. There you go. Run ads for that. Then when season comes around, you can build custom audiences on Facebook to show them, hey, we're pre-booking for the summer. Hey, you were interested in this via email, right? So we have some spaces coming up, 25% off, blah, 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 blah. Be smart with your marketing. Be omnipresent. So this was the first inaugural episode of me roasting random websites that I find on Google search. So I hope this has been informative to you. And if so, hey, be sure to just follow along. I'm going to be doing this like every day. I say every day. I'm going to try to do this every day. But be sure to follow along for more tips on how you can grow your outfitter, your guide, your tour operator business with the power of digital marketing.